Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So after posting a couple of days ago that Microsoft was starting to test a redesigned update pause system in preview builds of Windows 11, just to let you know that late on Friday in my part of the world last week, Microsoft has announced the rollout of several improvements to the Windows Update experience in Windows 11, where Microsoft says the following improvements are based on thousands of feedback from users. And this is all Microsoft's process now of addressing so-called pain points and fixing Windows 11 in 2026, as we have been posting about over the last couple of weeks on the channel. Now, these improvements are all rolling out currently to insiders in the Insider program. And most of these improvements we're going to look at today, I have posted in separate videos when they were basically hidden features. But the first new change is you can now skip updates during the out-of-box OOB experience. So here you'll see at the bottom, sorry about the image quality, but that's what Microsoft has given us. You can see update later. You got that option to opt out, which basically means you can get to the desktop faster and deal with updates later if you want. And I do think this is a small yet significant change and a nice move in the right direction, as I've mentioned previously. And here's another nice one, which I'm happy to see and I've spoken about previously, where the pause controls for Windows updates are getting expanded, where you can now delay updates for up to 35 days and keep extending the pause if needed, where currently that's not the case. You can go from 1 to 5 weeks currently in the stable channel. So this means you can pause updates indefinitely, which has also been a highly requested feature, and once again I think is definitely a step in the right direction. And another small significant change is that Microsoft has improved the power menu, where as part of the rollout, the restart and shutdown buttons and options have been clearly separated from the updated actions, update and shutdown and update and restart. So your PC won't basically suddenly decide to install updates unless you choose to. So you've got the option now to restart without updates or shut down without installing updates, which has not been the case. And this has been a very frustrating part of the Windows updates, and nice to see that Microsoft is finally addressing that so-called pain point. And another big focus as part of Microsoft addressing pain points is Microsoft is reducing how often your system restarts. And basically how this is all happening is Microsoft is aligning the driver.net and firmware updates with monthly updates, which should cut down on the number of reboots you see. And there's also better clarity around updates, where driver updates will now show more details, as we can see in the example provided, like whether they are for audio, display, or other components. In this case, this is an audio processing object, and I have actually posted on this previously on the channel. So you actually know what's been installed. In this case, an audio processing object driver update, which I also think is a step in the right direction. Now, Microsoft says it's also working on making updates more reliable. Updates will also install in the background and even try to recover automatically if something fails, which could be helpful for slower connections. And as mentioned, all of these Windows Update improvements are rolling out to insiders in the Insider program, all of which I do think are a nice move. And I think it's only a matter of time before we start seeing these improvements make their way into the stable. And obviously when that happens, I'll keep you in the loop. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.